But we got a bunch of stuff to cover. We didn't do a show last week. You know what? I gotta say, I don't know if waiting the 2 weeks in between doing the shows, because it saves up a bit more, gives you guys a bit more to go listen to. I don't know how all your guys' week was. My week was all right, I guess. Had to sweat a bit, but I mean, I guess that's what you got to do when you have to work. It is what it is, right, folks? I'm sure all the listeners out there in the internet, I'm sure you guys have to work. No one likes their job, but it's a part of life, right? Pretty busy week, I suppose. Everything's going on. Well, I don't know what. Let's start with some news. Some news. And you know what, actually, before I start, I think I'm going to try to figure out how to do phone call interviews. So maybe we can get some guest hosts who are from the different sides of the country, or someone who wants to call in and be a special guest or whatever. I'll try to figure that out. Still trying to work on how all this works, so trying to get the even Skype calls or whatever. Well, we don't have internet in the studio at the moment, but with winter coming up there, the studio will probably be taking a little move where there will be internet. So we'll figure it out from there. And then I also want to try to figure out how to do some editing in to get some nice sound effects or what have you. Still got to figure that out. Still green to this. We're only episode 8 right now, so can't really expect too much. But, this is a good little show to throw on while you're at work or just farting around doing nothing, kill some time, going out for a walk or a run or whatever the hell people do. So let's start with some news. This is from, I suppose, last week there. Abu Mohammed al-Adrani, okay, founding member and spokesperson of ISIS, was killed in Syria. I believe it was a Russian attack, too, that the Russians claim they killed him. I think the U.S. is saying that they didn't, or I don't know, the whole pissing match going on between them. The U.S. were the ones who wanted to probably kill him, but it was the Russians who did it, and so, I mean, that's good. One less shithead there. You can't complain about that, right? Donald Trump met with Mexican president, and believe me, folks, I am not saying his name because I can't pronounce it. Trump campaign says it went well. The Mexican president says otherwise. I don't think they really talked about the wall or who was going to pay for it. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Good on him for going down there, but Mexico wasn't too, or the Mexican people weren't too happy with him going down there, and Donald J. Trump, who we just talked about, says he will be deporting illegals if he's elected president. The documentary Clinton Cash, which is about the Clinton Foundation and how they've, I don't know, made their monies and everything since they've left the White House. It has passed 3.5 million views on YouTube, making it, I don't know, pretty fucking popular, I guess. I don't know. August, which was last month, folks, August 2016 was the most violent month so far for the city of Chicago. 57 wounded and 10 injured after, well, I guess 2 weeks ago's weekend, bringing the total for August to 78 dead. It's all like gang warfare and shit going on in Chicago. Man, Chicago's a war zone right now. Like, a lot of those cities down there are just war zones, eh? Like, you know, I'd love to go watch my Blackhawks play hockey one day, but holy fuck, like, I don't know if I want to go into Chicago if the chances of me getting shot are ridiculous. I got the news on right now, actually. There seems to be some guy arrested for something. I should have put the closed captioning on. Well, whatever. Some guy rushing the stage for something. Anyways, yeah, so Chicago's not doing that great, although not many cities down there are doing that great. One city not doing that great is Detroit, but Hillary Clinton has plans to put the refugees she wants to bring into Detroit, which, I mean, I suppose Detroit doesn't have anyone living there now, so maybe it would be a good idea. I mean, if you're going to put them somewhere, I guess put them in Detroit, but man, like, a lot of Detroit's kind of gone to shit too, so do you really want to be putting refugees in a war-torn city? I mean, I guess they're kind of used to it, right? The Federal Reserve down in the States, that's who prints all their money, launched a Facebook page and was overrun by internet trolls. I don't know if they were quite surprised by that. I mean, you launch a Facebook page for something like that, obviously people are gonna go. I mean, I saw the trolling. It wasn't anything like ridiculous. It was just like, oh, you guys should bail me out. I need some money and I want to buy a Ferrari or something instead of these big bankers that you guys keep bailing it out. Which, true, I wouldn't mind a fucking bailout right now myself, eh? Like, that wouldn't be too bad at all. I'd take it. The Canadian economy shrinks 1.6% this year so far. I suppose it would be this quarter. A lot of the blame went on the Alberta wildfires. Of course, a lot of things had to shut down in Alberta, so, you know, but I mean, the jobs aren't there in Alberta anyways, so that's probably to be blamed too. Down in Florida, Hurricane Hermine? Yeah, whatever. Hit at the aftermath left 1 dead, 250,000 without power. I mean, I feel bad for that. The dead person and like the family of the dead person, but 1 dead after a hurricane's not too bad. I guess. This was the first hurricane to hit the Florida coast in almost a decade. Which I always thought they got hit with, like, a lot more. Maybe it's just, like, this is the first one to actually go inland. I don't know. Yeah, like, I mean, well, you know, thoughts and prayers are with all those people. 250,000 without power. That's not, like... What about the devastation? Like, I'm sure there's people who lost their homes and everything. Whatever. Samsung recalls the Note 7 after explosive batteries. Now, we just had the, what was it, Wednesday, I believe? The iPhone 7 came out. I'm still rocking an iPhone 4, so... the iPhone 7, I haven't heard that their batteries explode, so... I guess the big question is, what would you rather go with? The Samsung Note 7 or the Apple 7. Personally, if it was up to me, whatever I can get the cheapest. And they're not cheap, folks. Phones are just super expensive right now. I can only hope one of my friends gets an iPhone 7 and can give me their old iPhone. Even if it's a 5, whatever, right? What else do we got in news? This actual week was a pretty light week in news. Prosecutors. Why didn't I put this in? Whatever. Prosecutors want 13 other women to testify against Bill Cosby. Of course, the defense, Bill Cosby's defense, are going to oppose this and probably mount a case. It's not looking too good for Bill Cosby there. I mean, it's all alleged right now, so I can't say he is a rapist or not, but I mean, he's definitely made a lot of jokes for all of us to go on, right? And I don't have one off the top of my head right now. How disappointing is that I can't even think of a Bill Cosby joke? It's as if I was drugged. Bill Cosby, of course, allegedly raped a bunch of women by drugging them, and then with Jell-O shots. Drugged Jell-O shots, and then, did the deed to them. Some of the stories, though, there's like a couple of women where they're like, I was with Bill Cosby and we were hanging. This was like the 70s when Bill Cosby was, I don't know, I guess in his stand-up comedy, at least, in his stand-up comedy prime. So they'd say, we went to Bill Cosby's hotel room afterwards. And the whole thing that boggles my mind is, like, you're going to Bill Cosby's room. Obviously, they're going to have sex with Bill Cosby. I don't think that's really a question. But why then would he drug them? Like, because he's probably going to get them anyways. You're Bill Cosby. You're one of the biggest comedians in the industry at the time, or even in the 80s when he had the Cosby Show going. Like, he's, I don't think it's too hard for him to find punani. So, I mean, unless he likes them drugged. But, I mean, who wants that, right? Like, who wants a girl who's just, like, can't do anything? You know what I mean? Like, just, they can't move. They can't, I don't know. Like, it doesn't float my boat. But I guess it floated his. And what floated his boat was illegal sex. And oh my God, I'm seeing a picture of one of the Samsungs that just exploded on the news here, folks. It's ridiculous. Was it a display model? Wouldn't that be something? Going to the store to buy a phone, and as you're looking at it, it explodes on you? Yeah, I think I'll go with the, maybe I'll go with the Note 8. Maybe I'll wait a year and get the 6. Wait a year and get the 8. GM recalls 4.3 million worldwide, 362 in Canada. Software glitches could stop airbags from working. Nissan recalls 134,000 worldwide, 10,819 in Canada. Brake fluid could leak and catch fire. This is just breaking news as I speak right now, folks. So Nissan and GM, man, they've been recalling everything. That was just a quick break in the news that I'm watching right now, because we were talking about Bill Cosby. I think he'll probably, what is he, like 86? He's going to be like 90 probably by the time this thing's over. I don't know. Do you throw him in jail? I mean, I guess if he broke the law, you throw him in jail. Maybe he'll get that Brock Turner's judge there, and he'll just get, a slap on the wrist. Starting to see pictures of that on Facebook too. People are still posting about that Brock Turner. Like, they're still, and like, don't get me wrong, the guy's a piece of shit. And yeah, he should have went to jail a little longer. But I mean, I guess there's been nothing else to get anything else to get outraged about. Can't really talk too much about the election, too. I mean, fuck, everything that's going on with the election is the same old news, same old news. We're waiting on those debates. Those will be coming in, 2 weeks, I think? So, I mean, I guess that'll be something to watch. That's something I wouldn't mind sitting there and maybe trying to get some clips down for the show. If I can do that, I don't know. I don't know what the legal shit behind all that is. Like, I don't know. Halifax, Nova Scotia, folks, in case you don't know where Halifax is. Nova Scotia, Canada, to our international listeners. Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, to offer bus tickets to gun owners if they turn in their guns. So it's kind of like a gun buyback program, but they're offering bus tickets. And I'm thinking, like, if you own a gun or several guns, guns aren't exactly cheap. Like, you got to go through the course. You got to, get your registered, non-registered, whatever kind of gun you have, right? And then on top of that, say you want to get your handgun or rifle or whatever you want to go with. First, if you have a hunting rifle, you're probably using it for hunting. So why would you want to turn that in? Because you're using that every year for hunting. But if you have a pistol, that thing probably cost you $800, maybe $1,500, maybe even $2,000. Like, I'm not really up on my gun prices. These are legal guns too. I don't know how much an illegal gun costs. I don't even know. Could you turn in an illegal gun and get bus tickets? Like, I don't know how that all works. So if you do have an illegal gun and you want to turn it in for bus tickets, I would probably wait and find out what the legality is to it. You don't want to end up getting caught. Oh, we'll give you a ride, all right. Right to the station. Wow, yeah, I went there. Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to turn out, whatever, though. I mean, they're offering it up, right? So, I mean, but a bus ticket, even, like, for a year's worth of I don't know what the bus tickets are worth in Halifax. I mean, I guess if you're looking at, because you do get a tax benefit on bus tickets, too. So if you really think about it, say you have an $800 gun, and a bus pass is, say, $100 a month. That's $1,200. You turn in an $800 gun, you get a $1,200 bus pass. I'm assuming they're giving you. Oh, this says bus tickets. Well, that doesn't even make any sense. If it said like a year's bus pass, I could understand that. Maybe they give you a year's worth of bus tickets. You figure a bus pass would be better. That doesn't. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work. But hell, they're gonna give it a shot, right? Brazzers, the porn site, very popular. I'm sure everyone knows what Brazzers is. I've seen a few of their works. They're not too bad. Pretty artistic, like they're offering a service out there for folks. The porn site was hacked. Over 800,000 people have been exposed. So if you had a subscription to Brazzers, chances are you've been hacked, and it could be made public what you're into. Now, I assume they're only going to save this. Like, they're going to go through the list. They're going to try to find, people who are, like politicians or actors or whatever. And they're probably going to expose that kind of stuff. But yeah, like, you think about the weird porn that you watch, and then, like, the world know about it, right? I don't even subscribe to porn. I don't even. Who does that? I really need to be caught up on Brazzers' current porn. So, like, I'm sure you can find that for free on the internet, right? I don't understand why you would need a subscription, but I mean, like, that's the same with porn stores, right? Like, these places that are selling videos and everything. Like, who's going in and buying a video? I once bought a porn video because the roommates and old roommates, we all went to the porn shop down the street, and my one roommate ended up buying that Pirates Pirates of the Caribbean porn parody. I think he paid like $120 for it or something like that. And so I was like, I'll go with the cheapest, and went with what was it? Debbie Does Dallas: The Next Generation. And that's just because, like, that was something a friend showed me way back in the day. So I just decided I'll buy it, right? Why not? Ended up getting it back, or getting back to the house, opening it up, and it was a burnt copy of it wasn't even a real DVD. And I think I spent something like $40 on it. $40 on a burnt version of a porn, and it didn't even work in my PlayStation. Like, just that was a purchase I wish I could go back and take. And since then I've been off of paying for pornography. I'll get it all for free. So to all our listeners out there, if you've been on Brazers and you have a subscription, let's just hope you're not looking at some weird shit. Entertainment news. E-news. I don't know if I can say that. That might be copyrighted. Anyways, entertainment news. John Legend, I think he's a singer. I don't really know too much about any of that. Says the Star Spangled Banner is a weak song, which, I mean, I just can't agree with that. I gotta say, like, in like, especially sporting events, this weekend we have the NFL kicking back into gear. Every time they get the Star Spangled Banner, I don't know, I get chills, especially when it's sung really well. You know, it's something that I personally think, I don't know, I don't mind. It's a good tune. On the actual Star Spangled Banner and sports notes too, Colin Kaepernick, I think he's like the third string quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. He's refusing to stand up for the national anthem, which is apparently his right. The NFL does not, I can't even think of the word, does not force you to stand to the national anthem. The NBA actually does. It's required that you stand for the national anthem. I personally think, like, you know, I see the point he's trying to make. He's trying to make, you know, Black Lives Matter and some horse shit about that. Anyways, you're also making millions of dollars a year in a country that, like, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't agree with it. It's his right. Whatever. If he wants to do it, that's his shit. That's on him, not on me. It's not like he's going to lose endorsers, right? Like, who's endorsing a third-string quarterback? If he ends up coming out and having a great season, though, like... But the San Francisco 49ers are behind him. I'm kind of... The only thing that bugs me about it is how the Dallas Cowboys aren't allowed to have a logo on their helmet to say we support, you know, the losses of the police that have died in Dallas. No. The NFL won't allow that, but Colin Kaepernick's allowed to do this to make his point. I think you should just be fair and let them both. It should be up to the team if the team wants to do it, right? Actor Gene Wilder passed away last week at 83. He was obviously star Willy Wonka, Blazing Saddles. Wasn't a huge Gene Wilder fan. Great actor, like, don't get me wrong. And the movie roles he was in were good. Just haven't seen enough of his stuff, you know. That's something where I'll probably end up going back and watching some movies he was in. Him and Richard Pryor were in a bunch of movies, so I'll probably end up watching that and saying, wow, geez, I can't believe I didn't see this stuff earlier. On a sad note, well, I guess that was kind of a sad note, but on a sad note for me, a personal sad note, Selena Gomez has canceled her Atlanta Canadian shows. She was supposed to play down the street here in our city, and I mean, I was going to hang out in the bushes and watch it. Probably best, because I might not get caught for brazers, but God knows I might be caught with my pants down jerking off in a bush to Selena Gomez. Oh, my God. Chris Brown. I don't know if you remember Chris Brown. That's like beat the shit out of Rihanna. And I don't know what you feel about that, because hitting women's not a good thing, but I'm sure, it's Rihanna. Anyways, Chris Brown charged with assault with a deadly weapon after an hour-long shootout with the LAPD. He was quoted saying, "Black Lives Matter and fuck the police." I don't know. He wouldn't really be a good spokesperson for Black Lives Matter. I didn't see anything about them maybe going back and, saying we don't agree with Chris Brown. Hold on, folks. I'm going to take a pause to go get a beer. How do I pause this? All right, well, we're back. Probably didn't... What was that, like a second for you guys? Seemed like an eternity for me. That pause button, that's courtesy of Bill Burr. I didn't realize you could do that. Thanks to old Billy Boy for doing that for me. That's definitely a podcast I recommend, actually, folks. Bill Burr's podcast, Monday Morning Podcast. So Chris Brown, obviously a shithead. He got arrested. He kind of deserves it. Because I think he beat the shit out of his girlfriend. This guy's just known for beating the shit out of girls. I thought he was going out with Rihanna. I don't know. What the hell's going on? Maybe he beat the shit out of her again. No, I think it was another girl he's going out with. This guy just needs to go to jail. Kevin Hart and Jack Black are going to be joining The Rock in the upcoming Jumanji remake. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I don't see why they're remaking Jumanji. I could see them doing like Jumanji 2. I don't know if you've seen Jumanji, but the way it ends with the possibility of a sequel. So it would make more sense to just do a sequel to it. Which I hope they kind of take that route. I don't know. They're remaking everything nowadays, so remaking or rebooting, they're all out of ideas, folks. And I'm sure there's great movies out there that are being pitched, and it's like, I don't know about that. What can we remake? Drake and Rihanna. Oh, yeah, well, there you go. I guess Chris Brown's not going out with Rihanna because Rihanna has been spotted kissing Drake at a Miami nightclub. I think they had a relationship a couple of years ago, so they're getting it going on again. I don't know. Rihanna's she seems like she'd be annoying, but she's pretty hot. Like I'd throw it in her, right? I'd probably like try to get her pregnant too, because get in on that Rihanna money. Pull like a Kevin Federline where like I end up getting custody of the kids and getting like $20,000 a month. That'd be awesome. That'd be winning the lottery right there, eh? That's what you got to do, folks. Try to find some celebrity who you can knock up. Mark Ruffalo, who was the Hulk in the Avengers movies, I'm sure he's had other roles too, is under fire for casting cisgender actor in a transgender role, Matt Boomer. The actor is actually gay, but is not transgendered, so why didn't you hire a transgendered actor to play the role? I don't even know if there's that many transgendered actors, actresses. I don't know what you call them. Cisgendered, for folks who don't understand, are people who are, I don't know, I guess born male and stay male their whole life, or female and stay female their whole life. I don't know. Anyways, he's in trouble for that. I don't know. Like, I don't remember hearing too much criticism when like Brokeback Mountain came out and they got actors who weren't gay to play gay cowboys. So I don't see why this is such a big deal. It's not like he hired a white person to go blackface and play a black person. Like, I don't think you can do that anymore. I think that's a little risque now. So yeah, he's under fire for that. Wow, here's another one. What? Okay, well, whatever. The documentary Hillary's America by Dinesh D'Souza gets a theatrical re-release due to popular demand. It seems to be documentaries on how crooked Hillary is. Crooked Hillary! Seem to be are popular right now. It's definitely going to be like, are they worth it to do if she ends up winning the presidency, which in all likelihood, according to the polls, she's going to win. So, but I mean, it's back in theaters due to popular demand, so I guess people went out and saw it and they liked it. Pamela Anderson, along with Rabbi Shmuley, I've seen him on like talk shows before, but Pamela Anderson is urging people to give up porn. Yes, that's right. The woman who got popular by showing her boobies in Playboy is saying don't watch porn anymore. And I guess the whole point is like it ruins relationships and kind of gives younger males a different view of what sex is, because I'm sure a 16-year-old watching porn today, because I mean, being 16 today is a lot different from when I was 16. When I was 16, you're watching I remember with the internet coming out, you're trying to friggin' load a picture and it's taking 5 minutes, and so porn today is a lot different for the kids. So I don't know. I guess like a kid watching porn today might think, hey, that's what women like, and realistically, for the most part, I don't know if women like that. I relationship expert here, me, like sex expert, sexpert, professional sexologist Willie D giving his opinion on sex. I mean, I guess she made her fame mostly being whatever her name was on Home Improvement. Before Heidi. She was the one before Heidi. I think Heidi was hotter, personally, than Pamela Anderson. I don't know. You ask me, I think Heidi was... To tell you the truth, I think Jill was hotter. Ooh. So yeah, give up porn, folks, for her. Willow Smith, daughter of actor Will Smith, is upset at racism and the cops. I don't know how much you can take her word for it. A 16-year-old who's probably a multi-millionaire who, like, she's not going to be joining a gang or anything like that. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess she's got to talk. I hate these celebrities who have opinions and don't live in reality. Larry the Cable Guy came out and said Hillary will be the end of our country. Larry the Cable Guy, once again, like, what the hell does he know? And I don't even know if that's just like a part of his act or something. I mean, you got to figure his base is probably a lot of Trump supporters. So does he want to not be like, how would that affect his career if he was pro Hillary? Playboy? Another Playboy playmate, Danny Mathers, 29. I looked up her pictures. She's pretty hot. I didn't see any of her nude pictures, which I'm actually quite surprised because I thought Playboy wasn't doing any more nudies. Anyways, she could face up to 6 months in jail for fat shaming a woman at her local gym. She posted up a picture on, I think it was Snapchat. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Oh my God, folks. Anyways, she posted up a picture on Snapchat of a bigger woman at her gym. This woman was in the changing room. She was changing. And she posted the picture and then said, "If I can't unsee this, then neither can you." And obviously you can't just take a picture of someone in a changing room and put that up on the internet. That's illegal. And also, like, okay, I understand a certain extent of it's not good to perpetuate an unhealthy body image, right? Like, I mean, I understand there's people out there, and me of course, I've got a belly. I could probably stand to lose a few pounds, but I might always have a bit of a belly. Genetics, it's all the way it is. But here's a woman who's in the gym trying to lose weight, and you're shaming her for that? Like, I think she should, like, that's totally a dick move. And of course, it's got to be a hot girl who's like, I've had everything given to me. I've been in Playboy. And here's this girl just trying to lose some weight to feel a bit better for herself, and then she finds out that some bitch is posting pictures of her. Like, this poor girl, like, already probably has a bit of a body image problem to her. And I saw, like, a picture. They blocked out, obviously, all the parts. And she wasn't, like, morbidly obese or anything. She was just... But she's trying to lose some weight. Like, lay off. I fucking hate these people, like, who go to gyms all the time. And I have no problem with people who go to gyms and want to be healthy, lift weights, whatever, want to be a bodybuilder, whatever, who give shit to these other people who are trying to fucking lose weight. Like, calm the fuck down, man. Like, maybe that's a part of the problem, too, is you fucking beautiful people just laying into us fucking ugly people for trying a little bit to make ourselves a little better. Fuck you, beautiful people. You know what? As Frank Zappa said, there's a lot more of us ugly motherfuckers out there. So you better watch out. Bill Clinton hangs out with Beyonce on her birthday. Now, I know the question's coming up. Did he try to have sex with her, or did he force himself upon her? I don't think he did. But he was hanging out with her. There you go. I don't know what Beyonce's birthday party would be like. I would imagine it'd be pretty good. I would hoping for an open bar. Like, that's why I would go, right? Just not a big Beyonce fan, but fuck, open bar, why not? Taylor Swift and Tom Hiddleston have ended their relationship. They broke up after 3 months. They were the hot couple of the summer, and unfortunately, they're done, So that Chinese betting site that didn't allow you to bet on their breakup, I wonder if Vegas allowed you to, but whoever betted on them breaking up after 3 months probably made some money. All right, so I got a news segment here. This I was running in the past couple of weeks. I was kind of running this into news, but I figured let's throw this all into its own little special segment here. This is hashtag odd news. I hope there's no copyright to that, because then I'll have to think about something else. Hashtag funny news. A man from Norway got stuck in a porta potty trying to rescue a friend's cell phone. He actually, the cell phone fell down into the shithole, and I guess he crawled in there to try to retrieve the phone for his friend. Now, that is a friend. If I don't know, I don't even think I can't really think that of any friends that I have that would crawl into a shithole for in a porta potty to retrieve a cell phone that I dropped down there. This guy's a good friend. Like, this is a guy I'd probably want as after he showered, I'd probably want him as a friend. He obviously he's got to be a good guy, because he was in a pretty shitty situation. But I mean, like, I got some great friends, but would you do that for your friend? Would you do that for one of your best friends? Would you go into a porta potty? And if you wouldn't, you got to question how good of a person you are, how good of a friend you are. Vladimir Putin was arrested at a Florida shopping market, a Florida supermarket. I didn't even read it the way I wrote it. For trespassing. No, folks, this is not Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia. President, prime minister? I don't know what the hell he is right now. Leader of Russia. This is a 48-year-old black man from Florida. I was kind of surprised at this because Vladimir Putin does not really come across as a black person's name. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm just racist. Sean Miller, 31 years old, was arrested last week for heroin possession. Now, what made this such an odd story was he actually evaded the cops for months by disguising himself as an elderly man. And I saw the pictures of, like, he got the whole makeup deal going on. He did look like a really old man. He evaded the cops. So, I mean, you got to hand it. That's a pretty... That's pretty brilliant, right? You know, but I mean, how long can you go if you're 31? Yeah. How long can you act like you're 65 or elderly? Geez, I don't know. 65 is not that old anymore. So 70. Anyways, he was arrested. He's going to jail. Don't sell heroin, folks. Moral of the story. Oh, get that beer. There you go. Sound of the weekend. Orlando police mistook Krispy Kreme donut glaze for methamphetamine. So Daniel Rushing, who's 64 years old, was arrested for speeding, and the cops noticed a little rock substance in the flooring of his car. The police mistook it for methamphetamine and arrested him for that, and later had to drop the charges for that when they found out it was donut glaze. Go figure. You would figure the cops would know that right away. Like, pick it up, give it a test. Oh, no, that's Krispy Kreme right there. Like, but, you know, at least he got off on that. What else we got in odd news? We got, hashtag odd news. Jonathan Schrapp? Whatever, no one's going to look this up. Who's 24 years old, was arrested, in Wisconsin. He's a Wisconsin man, was arrested after cutting off the pinky of a woman and later tried to drink her blood. He fucking okay. He had a tattoo that said Juggalo. Now, Juggalo means he was a fan or a part of the fan base of the Insane Clown Posse, which I didn't even think were still relevant anymore. But this guy who's 24 got a tattoo that said he was a Juggalo, cut off a woman's pinky, and then tried to drink her blood. And I'm thinking, like, I don't know if they were on a date, if this was at his house or something, but holy fuck. Oh, Amy Schumer Well, this should have been in entertainment news. Wow, I'm all over the map. Amy Schumer says she will move to Spain if Donald Trump wins the presidency. I would personally vote for Donald Trump just to know if Amy Schumer would move. Like, I don't want to give her too much shit because someone actually, like, she must have stolen this from someone. She's known for stealing jokes, so maybe she stole this from another comedian. Anyways, back to hashtag odd news. A Florida woman arrested after she set a car on fire thinking it was her boyfriend's or her ex-boyfriend's. So, I mean, first of all, she's a crazy bitch. And, you know, like, if you have a bad breakup with someone, like, fucking let it go. You know, move on, get a fucking thing of ice cream, cry it out, or fucking, I don't know, fucking, you know, spit on a picture of him or something like this. But setting his... Anyways, it turns out it wasn't even his car. It was someone else's car. And she just fucking poured gas in the trunk and started lighting it on fire. Like, anyway, she was arrested for that. She's going to be going to jail. An Australian man had his car impounded after police pulled him over and saw his steering wheel was actually an old frying pan. And I'm thinking, like, this guy's a genius, right? His steering wheel breaks or whatever. And he's got to replace it. God knows the cost of a steering wheel. And he just used an old frying pan. I mean, you would think it works if it does the job. What the hell does it matter? But, I mean, I guess it's not legal in Australia to drive around with a car with a frying pan. He cut the handle off. I did see the picture, so he didn't have that handle, like, to the frying pan. I don't know. That would kind of maybe make turning a little easier, but I guess it might catch your leg or something. I don't know. An 11-year-old boy from Louisiana brought home a video game, Skyrim, which I would imagine is a popular video game. He was excited. He was going to, you know, game out on it. He was going to be addicted to Skyrim. Well, little did he know, when he opened the case of the Skyrim, he found a little baggie of meth inside. Just a lot of meth stories. He bought this from his local GameStop and told his parents. The parents called the cops. They brought it up to the GameStop. So someone out there didn't get their meth because this little boy bought Skyrim. I've never heard of that. Like, why? Why? I mean, I guess it's a great way, but how would you know? There's got to be so many copies of Skyrim that how would you know which one has the meth inside of it? I mean, I don't quite know. Got another segment here. We started it last week, and we'll continue on with it this week because I think it's a good segment. I think it's something everyone would enjoy. You got to bear with me. I got to get the old iPhone 4 rolling. She's not as fast as the old iPhone 7. But this is This Week in The Dirty. The Dirty, of course, is a site where you can post up pictures of shitheads who have, ruined your life. Maybe, for example, this man, I'm not going to say his name, from Windsor, New York, and there's, each city has their own little dirty, so you could be in LA, go on the dirty, see if a guy's a shitbag. But this guy from, where was it again? Windsor, New York, has been charged with 2 separate counts of endangering the welfare of children of a 3-year-old girl. That's not really that nice. There's got to be I don't want to say their names because I don't think I legally can. So here, and you can do a whole search here. So let's do a search. Let's go women. See if we can find a bitch. Oof, here you go. This woman from Huntsville, Alabama. Pretty hot picture of her, actually. Anyways, I found out that this woman was cheating with my husband via text messages back in February. Wait a minute. Did she find out that she was cheating through the text messages, or in her eyes was it cheating? Like, is it cheating if you're sexting a girl but you don't have sex with her? Anyways, they had been hanging out and doing all things that single people do, even though she knew he was married. Okay, so yeah. So this guy was cheating on her with this broad, and she found out through the text messages. She would ask for money to take her place like the store. Oh, to take her to places like the store to get food for her kids, even though she works and gets food stamps, which is not reported on her income. I would suppose not. I spoke with her and simply asked her to leave him alone, but only made her more interested in him. The woman claims to be a model and also claims to own her own business, when the truth is her business is lying on social networks and tricking people for money. The picture that I am posting is not an accurate photo of what she really looks like. Okay, well, because the picture's pretty good. Here's another one from West Monroe, Louisiana. You got to go on this site, folks. This site is it's entertainment gold. My husband of 32. Wait a minute. Actually, the one from before, she told this girl to leave her husband alone. Like, wouldn't you leave the husband? Obviously, he's cheating on you. Like, just leave him. Anyways, this one. Here's another news story. My husband of 32 years had to move to West Monroe 2 years ago for a job. He started having an affair with this girl in May of 2016. After I found out about it, I messaged her on Facebook, let her know that she had been dating my husband. Of course, she said she didn't know and she didn't want any part of it. Okay. But here, it is September, and she's still dating him. I totally understand that it is his fault too, but I have warned her 3 times if she didn't stop texting and going out with my husband, I was going to put her on this website. So apparently she doesn't care. I think all women that live in Louisiana need to know about her, because it doesn't matter to her that she is dating married men. Like, once again, leave your husband, right? I don't know, like, that boggles my mind. I understand putting her on the dirty, but and that's the dirty.com. You can search your city and go the dirty. Google it, I guess. Middle River, Maryland. This fat ass, ugly ass, Oompa Loompa looking whore decided it was okay to Facebook message my boyfriend of 2 years. Apparently they had crushed on each other in high school and they wanted to reminisce. Facebook, just ruining relationships. Restart that old spark. What's worse is that my boyfriend and I were in an open relationship on Facebook. What? Relationship status, taking pictures of the both of us. Wait, they were in an open relationship on Facebook. They had that in their status. I don't know if she means they were in an open relationship or it just showed on Facebook that they were in a relationship. Pictures of both of us. But this homewrecker thought it was okay to flirt with another girl's man. So she must mean, like, it's evident on Facebook that they're in a relationship, not an open relationship. Anyways, maybe she needs to focus on her eyebrows are running away from each other and stop talking to men. Wow, yeah. That was a pretty good one. Let's go to men because I don't want to be too sexist. There's got to be some shithead men out there. Well, we already did that one of him. This guy from Roseburg, Oregon. This guy sleeps with anything that walks. Most men do. He loves to cheat as well. Yeah. He never uses protection and has a bacterial infection that he passes around. That's fucking really skeezy. He makes you think he has feelings for you, then fucks you over. Ladies, beware. He has an insane sex addiction. Yeah, most guys do. And told me once while he was drunk. He almost had sex with a guy when he was in boot camp. Wait a minute, is this a guy who's... This must be a gay guy having sex with other gay guys. Okay. This guy from Palmdale, California. I was seeing this wannabe Javi. What? Uh-oh, I think I just gave his name out. Whatever. I was seeing this wannabe man, Javi. We'll go with Javi because it doesn't say his whole name. I took him to a friend's party. He vanished for a while. Then I found him in the bathroom, and he was on his knees sucking another man's penis. Okay, so this must be a gay couple. He apologized to me by saying he liked my penis better than the guy I caught him with. What nerve. I finally had enough and dropped him. He is such a loser. He used to take money from my wallet and go buy drugs. Such an addict. Good riddance to garbage. I feel sorry for the next man who falls in love with this scum. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Like, seems like a fucking ass. Let's see what we got. Culver City, Kentucky. After being married for 11 years, he texted me. This guy texted me to break it off. Wait, so he was married to this, I'm going to assume, girl right now, for 11 years, and he broke it off by text? Come to find out, he was cheating on me with a desk whore at work. Okay. He became extra abusive, got mad that we wouldn't stick around while he made up his mind, and wants nothing to do with these kids. So he was married for 11 years. He's banging this whore from work, and he's mad at her because she wants to leave him, and he doesn't know, he can't make up his mind. He wants to have his cake and eat it too, right? Now he doesn't want to have anything to do with his kids. He got her pregnant, the desk whore. He got the desk whore pregnant. They aborted it, and they're blaming me. I don't see how you can blame her at all. She said we would work things out and moved from Cali for a job and was bringing her there. Forced me to file the divorce papers. True narcissist. A lot of these guys are assholes, too. I'm just going to go that much, though, for The Dirty. I'd really recommend you guys checking out The Dirty. It's a fantastic site. Hours of entertainment on that. Another new segment I'm going to do this week, too. This will be the closing segment. This is a little site I stumbled across, and it's called Mean Stars. This is a site where you can rate your celebrity encounters. So, were they nice, or were they mean? Or were they nice and mean, and you post up different stories, and it ends up rating, was this guy a dick or not? For example, I won't read the whole thing. There was a guy who in 1967 met Charles Manson. because him and his buddy, who were like 11 at the time, biked to the ranch where the Manson family was staying and went there to try to get some old guitars that were kicking around, because it was like a movie set that the Manson family was staying on. So they went there and tried to take some old guitars that were in the garbage, and I guess Charles Manson came out and gave them a scowl and chased them off. And anyways, Charles Manson was ranked as a mean star on this, a very mean person. No surprise there. Here is a bit of a surprise. Malcolm Jamal Warner, who is very popular, was remembered as Theo Huxtable on the Huxtable Show. Jeez, the Cosby Show stars aren't doing that great. While attending a Martin Luther King Jr. Day parade in Los Angeles, I met Theo Huxtable. Well, right there, like you don't even call the guy by his real name. While talking to someone, he said the same thing to me that he said to the other person who posted earlier. Some people posted earlier posts. He said, "If I give you an autograph, I'd have to do the same thing for everyone else here." And then he walked away. I told a lady friend of mine the story and added, "He's Theo. Nobody is going to know him for anything other than that." This guy sounds more of a dick than Theo. I later thought to myself that the guy who owes his career to people like me who watched Bill Cosby's dumb ass in the 80s. And that is Theo Huxtable doing. And that is, what is Theo Huxtable doing now? Well, I really can't read. Nothing noteworthy, I can tell you that. To me, he's just another in a long line of human beings who think they're something just because they played a fictional human being on television. Just very sad. Just like Theo Huxtable. Rated mean. I gotta tell you, this guy sounds more of a dick than Theo Huxtable. Like, he's probably sitting there, I can't give you an autograph because I'd have to do it. Maybe he's on a Malcolm Jamal Warner. Maybe he's on a schedule. He's got to go to the parade and then he's got to go, or so. I don't know. But this guy sounded more of a dick than anything. I don't know. Anyways, that was your wrap up and mean stars of the week. Don't judge them all by what I've read. Only judge the people from the dirty. This is episode 8. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great week.